Reality Team TV. We're back. We're back. We're definitely back onto the red chair. You know, delivering another great conversation, bringing another great guest onto the red chair. And guys, trust me when I say this, you're in for another exciting, great, timeless conversation. You get me? But yeah, Nims, welcome onto the red chair, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yo.
No pressure.
Nah,
No
no pressure.
pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. Like, I wanted, I wanted to let you know from the get-go, yeah? Thank you so much for making time. Because, like, on a red chair, I usually say, like, time is the most precious thing that you can give to anyone. So, thank you. What's life saying, though, man? What's going on with life?
What's life saying? What's life not saying? This year has had a weird start, and you know why it's had a weird start?
Yeah.
It's because it's my own fault. I haven't finished last year yet. Let me explain. We live in a world where we are doing things backwards all of the times, and some parts of the world are doing things that make sense. Like, for instance, the Ethiopians have a different calendar to us.
Yeah.
And the Thai people celebrate New Year in April, which makes sense.
You think so?
Of course it makes sense.
Why does that make sense to you?
So if you check it, in language, sept usually stands for 7. Right? Usually stands for 7.
Yeah, you're teaching us.
Octagon, 8. Why is October, October, the 10th month? Right? Again, so we can go into politics. Each month's supposed to have 28 days and different seasons. I don't understand why the new year starts in the middle of a season. That doesn't make any sense to me. Starts in the middle of the season. It should start with the start of spring, which is end of March, April. So right now, everything I'm doing right now is just finishing up the last touches of that last year. And come April, new life, new beginnings.
Are you also one
projects.
of them? Are you also one of them people that believe that time is an illusion?
Yes and no. Yes and no. There are a lot of people who take time to be very linear, right? And for me, that's too rigid. Time could be 2 minutes, time could be 2 hours, time could be 2 years, right? So as long as it gets done is my thing. So yes and no, but time is definitely an illusion. I'll tell you why. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I don't look my age. I still get roles. I still get ID'd. That shows time is an illusion, because if I'm getting ID'd at my age of what I am, means you think I look under 25. You question it. And I could be under 18. That's a stretch. But the fact that I get ID'd because people aren't sure shows that time ain't done nothing wrong for me. So is time linear? Is it more fluid? I think time is for you what you want it to be. And I think the freest way you can be is when you look at time being free and not linear. Because I feel like you're stuck to the constraints of, if it's 2 minutes, it has to be 2 minutes. Whereas in my world, 2 minutes isn't quite 2 minutes. Could be 3, could be 4. It's a short amount of time, not 60 seconds or 120 seconds.
Yeah. You see, the concept of when a new year should start, that, like what you just said there, and obviously other Ethiopia and other countries, certain countries, even I think Australia celebrates.
But they just this whole day earlier, because they're a whole day.
It's
a whole day.
Yeah.
A whole day. You know, in Australia, right?
Yeah.
It takes a good 24 hours to travel there. So, you know, it does seem like they celebrate on different days, but it's not exactly the same day. It's just 24 hours earlier.
Yeah.
My little Australian plug. What you do?
People, yeah. Like, you see that people on social, yeah? like before we proper get into obviously everything that you do, like would you say that people on social media like fully understand the person that you are?
Absolutely not. I don't even fully understand who I am.
Talk to me.
Right? I don't even understand who I am. If you was to ask me what my job role is, I'm going to tell you I'm an entertainment entrepreneur, because even I can't stick to one thing. Right? Why am I going to be pigeoned off just to say I'm an actor? Why am I going to be pigeoned off just to say I'm a fashion designer? Why can't I be both? Why can't I be a presenter as well, and a model, and a host, and a teacher, and a mother? Why can't I be all of those things? Who said I have to choose one struggle? Nah, I'm not doing it.
Why do you think people limit themselves then? Because obviously you clearly have this mentality of you can do all of these different things that you want, yeah? Why do you think other people limit themselves?
People limit themselves for lots of different reasons. Fear of the unknown, and being told that they can't, and understand and believing that. You know, a lot of time people talk about, oh, think outside of the box.
Yeah.
There is no box. What box? And I think even people who say think outside of the box think that they're being liberal, think that they're thinking outside of the box. But the fact that you've mentioned the box means that you're still constrained to those four corners of that box.
Real talk.
So for me, there is no box.
Yeah.
There is no box.
When did this mentality, when did you start obviously having this mentality?
So I've always been a bit different. I've always been the person to go against the grain and ask the question why, but why can't I do that? Why? I'm going to prove it to you. Oh, you're a girl, you can't do that. Why not? Why not? Why can't I fix the light bulb? Why can't I rewire my house? Why can't I host a show? Why can I not do all of this?
That's an amazing way to look at things. Unfortunately, you know, obviously we know that some people go through their own journeys and they get programmed, and then they set these invisible limits in like onto themselves, and in terms of like what they could actually really achieve. You get what I'm trying to say?
But I think we all do that in different aspects, because I feel like somebody who is super confident at work may have poor communication skills at home. And so their communication skills at work are so good because they suck at home. And they limit themselves and don't trust in their own source when it goes to being at home. So I think it works. It works both ways. Can we be in a conundrum?
Presenting, like, obviously, there's a lot of different presenters, and obviously there's a lot of different ways, obviously, to present, etc., etc. Like, do you think, because I always say to people, one day I would actually like to give it a go in terms of presenting, to see how that goes. Do you think, that the UK, just in general, like, do you feel like the UK is kind of like this might be this might be like a crazy word for me to use, but hopefully it's not too crazy. Do you feel like the UK is in dying need of some fresh, some new, some basically like more authentic, like, you know, like presenters in general? Because I feel like for me, like worldwide, America, whatever, for me, the best presenters are those who are different, very like, you know, very free in terms of like the way they present. Just, you get what I'm trying to say, a breath of fresh air. And I feel like, for me personally, I would like to see more new, like,
Absolutely.
you know, like different presenters within the UK.
Absolutely. For years, we had June Sarpong, right? Love June. For years, that's all we had as a presenter, as representation. I think we have more representation. Is it enough? No. Does it scratch the surface? No. It's almost like, what do they call it in America, where they hire people just to fill the quotas? It will come back to me. For me, I feel like, okay, so we've got someone who's of colour. Oh, and they're a bit plus size. Okay, tick. So we tick 2 boxes with one with just the one person, right? Yeah. And then let's throw in a bag wig or a bad weave, a stiff wig as well in the mix. Oh, look, we've hit three different dynamics of these people, and that's good. We failed our quota. Let's move on to the next one. I feel it is very male dominated still. I still think it's very male dominated. There has been an influx of some females coming up in the industries, but even so, I feel like there are certain categories that people have to fall into in order to be accepted in the UK. And if you are bubbly, loud, overconfident, maybe a little bit on the plus size, and when I say plus size, please people, I am considered plus size in the industry, okay? Right? But if you are considered overweight, or you're considered plus size, then you fit a category because you're not seen as desirable as others may do. So you're okay, you can sit down on the couch, you can be over here. I don't see enough regular looking black women on TV. I'm just not seeing it enough. And I want to see more. I want to say black women. I mean, obviously, I mean all black women, but we still have an issue in the industry of it being very much the lighter skinned personalities are the ones that are pushed forward a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I still feel that we need to work a lot on colorism in this country.
Why would you say, if someone, for example, someone like me, yeah, watching this, and I'm thinking, obviously, I get what she's saying. Like, you see, you got certain people who also think we live in different times now. Like, you know, like we've got, you know, as people, a lot of us have got more power than ever in terms of like having these gadgets and all of these things. You see them people that say, like, some black people need to stop complaining and just start your own thing. Us, we need to start our own shit. And also, there's even some people that feel like TV's not even as powerful anymore. You get me? Because of, once again, these platforms
Social
that a lot of
media
people,
and,
people that create social media and all of these platforms that people are creating. What would you say to someone like that?
Is the industry the same way it was 10 years ago? Is it better than 10 years ago? Absolutely. Absolutely, it's better than 10 years ago. Is it enough? No, it's not enough. I personally, as a black woman, have been disregarded for roles, disregarded for certain positions, even after being told that I was the best candidate for the role, right? And I've had people tell me, oh, she looked more the part. She looked more the part. Okay. Every single time those people who've looked more the part are of a lighter hue than I am. And I thought things were better than that. I thought your talent really would be enough. And it's more about who you know. If you know someone, then you might get through. But it's a real hard pill to swallow when you realize I'm still out here fighting to be seen.
What about once again, like, because obviously on here I like to, you know, like to just cover like different angles so that we can give people like obviously more of like an explanation in terms of like what's really going on out there, etc. What about once again like those people who who might just think, well, work harder, or maybe it's not your time yet, like, because some, you know, that sometimes people just, when they don't really see like the bigger picture, or they don't experience some of the things that you might experience, sometimes certain people might just again be a bit more ignorant, or just have that mentality of like, oh, I've heard it, or whatever, just work harder, or maybe it's not your time yet. You get what I'm trying to say? But realistically, I think sometimes people need to understand once again that like there's a lot of people like within the UK industry, there's a lot of people like you who are trying to, to take things to that next level. But let's keep it real. Like sometimes you're gone.
So there are a lot of gatekeepers within the industry, and a lot of the time you find that there are people who have the ability to open doors for you or to put you in the right places, but choose not to out of fear. Out of, what if they surpass me? What if they do better than me? What if they get more followers than me? What if they get a bigger backing than I do? What about me? So I'm gonna keep that contact for myself. And I think that's the problem. We don't share enough. Like other communities will spend their money within their own community 100 times before they send it out. Whereas us, we could get a little piece of information and we're like, nope, I'm gonna hold that in my pocket until it's time to use it. And it's the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah. I want to talk about obviously your comedian. You know, like how long have you been how long have you been in that world for? How long have you been?
So I have been in the world of entertainment for that long, right? That's how long I've been in it, right? I'll tell you what, I've been in the world of entertainment since the age of 11, okay?
Yeah.
Right? Since the age of 11.
Yeah.
Many, many years. I feel, it's been a lot of years. It's been a lot of years. It's been a lot of years. I'm trying to think of how do I say this without it coming out, without me just...
Yeah. Bro, that's a skill, like that pause. That pause before you even think of like what you really want to say.
Yeah.
That's a skill. A lot of people don't know that's actually a skill. You can actually pause and really think about, should I say like this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I hear you.
So it's been a long time. I was that kid that would run around the house singing and dancing all the time. It was like, no, you need to do something with that.
Yeah.
But then as much as I wanted to do something with it, it was, you better study your books. You better get those A's. You better make sure you do better than everybody else in school because everyone's expecting you to fail. So I had to be academic.
Yeah.
But I was still very much in your face all the time. Comedy-wise, I think I fell into comedy. I fell into comedy. People said I was funny. Me, I'm just telling a story. I'm just telling you how I see things. And I see things differently to other people. I'm gonna say it as I see it, right? Like, I've taken a story about somebody trying to chat me up and having bad breath, and I've turned it into a comedy piece. And people think it's a joke. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm telling you real stuff here. Like, I just see things differently. And so my perspective on the world, I kind of see, I'm willing to say things that people won't. And I like to cuss people out sometimes. So run me your little heckling and let me run wild on you.
How would you describe because obviously everything that we do, well, a lot of us, we try to basically create our own lane, right? Our own lane, so that obviously people can actually tap into whatever we're doing and say, no, this is what she does, this is what he does, like this. Like, how would you describe your comedian style, like your vibe in terms of like delivering the jokes and all of these things?
So I would say, I, as well as being able to do stand-up, I am a storyteller. So I feel like as I tell the story, I'm not going to leave any parts out. And I think those are the bits that make it funny, because it's the little bits that nobody takes in that I will mention. However, with acting, I can be a comedy actor. There are a lot of roles that I play where it's very much people on set are cracking up. I am not trying to be funny, but it comes across that way. And I've had roles changed from being a serious character to a funny character because it just made more sense at the time. So it's nice to be lighthearted, but I do love to be serious as well. I like to show people a different side. But The comedy, I think when you try and be funny, it's not funny. There are some comedians that on stage, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Let them create something on their phone and do a little video. Great work. I'm laughing, belly rolling. But on stage, not for you. So I think everybody has their little lanes. But me, I like character works. I like to become completely different characters, whether it's a male or female character. Like, I have no problem doing the stars in your eyes. Tonight, Matthew, I am going to be, and come out the doors, the smoke, as a different character.
Yeah.